Learn maintenance with me. Oh, nee. Hi, I'm Myrt and I am a noob when it comes to motorcycle maintenance. I've made a pact with myself to learn more maintenance in 2025. Today we're gonna do an oil change. We're gonna check out the oil itself, see if there are any flakes of doom in there.
Yeah, with flakes of doom, I mean metal shaving. So if, for example, my engine bearings are shaving down too much. A little shaving is normal, an oil pan filled with silver flakes is not. I'm afraid of this because of my engine sound. I've been noticing it sounds a little bit different to my taste since my track day back in March in Alcaraz last year.
Other than doing some maintenance together with my fiance, I don't have a lot of experience when it comes to maintenance. But I just know I'm gonna learn loads and maybe you can join me and you can learn something as well. So let's get started.
I immediately started up with my first mistake here, which was going outside immediately to warm up my motorcycle.
Should I take the fairings off first?
Yeah, you should have done that.
Yeah, okay, that was disastrous. I'm just gonna take off the fairings first and then go and warm it up again. And I'm gonna ask Rick to move the van forward a little bit. The plan is to just get this full side cowling off. I don't know, man, that one's already not loosening. I don't like that. That one's pretty fucking tight. Oh, God, Jesus.
As you might already notice, this video is gonna give a very realistic view of my first attempt at doing my own maintenance. The hard stuff and the sad stuff. I asked Rick and he offered to help. But let me still do most of it myself.
Je steek je langs dat kopje wel nog een beetje uitdraaien. Ja, maar je steek je erachter zo.
En dan moet je... Ja. Hey.
As Rick was trying to explain me some stuff, I was trying to move around the tripod for the best view and I ended up breaking it.
Oh, nee, crap.
That kind of sent me over the edge a little bit, not gonna lie. My insecurities were playing off and I felt like I could not do this.
One cry session later, Eric came in and he explained me some things and it didn't work for me and then my tripod broke. So I got some tips on to how to remove some bolts and stuff like that. Let's get going again. I'm not having fun up until now. I took the little thingy out from underneath and then I now need to take this off. And what I've been told is that I just need to wiggle it a little bit so it comes loose. There we go. This is a great angle, by the way. You're very welcome.
Yummy!
In the tiny hole. Come on now. Holy shit, that's stuck, man. Maybe we need to take a different angle.
I was really trying to keep a positive outlook, but every time I was stuck again and something didn't work out, I just ended up being so frustrated. So I threw it out and I went over and asked Rick again for help. Rick came to the rescue once again and he assured me and comforted me, saying that these bolts were indeed very tightly screwed on there and that it was probably him that actually did that the last time he put the bike back together. He needed extra momentum too to get the bolts loose. Just proves again that it's okay to ask for help sometimes. We also need help sometimes to open the pickle jar, so this is basically the same thing, right?
All right, okay. Let's try again. This one, Rick just got out for me because that was stuck in there. Another one here. These one need to go off. And then underneath here, I have two little clamps, the same as the one we got from here. So these ones. And I then need to take off the whole cowl, also wiggle it loose here. Be really slowly by wiggling it loose here and detaching the indicator wiring as well. Yeah, there we go. Haha. There we go. Yeah. That one was way easier. Okay, I said it was way easier, but... Oh, whoops. Sorry, that was you. And we're gonna need to get these loose.
Oh, hell no!
Oh, there we go. Not really the way I wanted it to go, but okay. And then we have this connector here, and that is gonna need to be clicked loose. There we go. We got a naked side. Naked and free. The only thing is that I need to warm it up again now, so. be warm. We're gonna get the tray. I'm gonna put it underneath. Because my bike has been used as track bike, it has some safety wiring. So I'm gonna get that off too.
While I was taking off the safety wiring, Rick was cleaning the oil drain bucket in the background with brake cleaner. He had used it beforehand to change out his brake oil, so there was still some residue of that left in the pan. It is very important to have a clean oil drain bucket when replacing your oil, especially in my case where I want to see and check the oil for any metal shavings that have ended up in there from my bearings shaving down inside my engine. If you have other kinds of substances in there beforehand, in which some are of course worse than others, you can get a clouded vision and untrustworthy result, which can cause quite the panic, as Rick has learned from previous affairs. Thus, definitely something worth cleaning. We use brake cleaner as this will for sure take out all of the oil residue, and we have like 20,000 of these cans laying in the cabinet, so it's just an easiest choice for us. Brake cleaner comes in handy in so many instances.
Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna get some aluminum foil, and we're gonna take that and put that over the headers.
Yeah, we put aluminum foil to protect the headers from oil dripping out of the drain and filter holes. You can also just clean it off afterwards, but this is just a tiny bit easier and creates a little bit less mess.
And then oil pan. Okay, lefty-loosey deze kant.
Nice.
Hey! There we go. Alright, so while the oil is draining, I took out the plug as well as the O-ring, and these you want to throw out kind of with each oil change. So I'm gonna throw that out. This one we're gonna clean. It's not too bad. It doesn't have a lot of dirt on it, but we want to clean it off before we put it back again, together with a new oil ring. As you can see on this little table here, I have everything I need stalled out. The oil, my workbook, some of the appliances, and as well as the cleaner. Now I'm just gonna get an old rag. Basically just clean it off and make it pretty again. The most of the oil has drained out. Now we're gonna try and get the K&N oil filter loose. I'm saying specifically that I have a K&N oil filter because normally if you have an original oil filter, you would want to have one of those special tools to loosen up the oil filter. It's gonna be way easier, but with a K&N oil filter, you have the bolt at the front and you can loosen it up with that. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, do I have the rubber? Yeah, there you go. Very important is that we don't forget the rubber. So the rubber came off with it, so that's okay. We got the oil filter off. Very important now is that we leave it for a little bit. I can also see that there's some extra oil dripping out of the oil plug. So yeah, as you can see, this is where the oil drain plug came off. And that is there. Right there is where the oil filter came off. It's a bit later. It's still dripping now, but it should all be off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get the cloth. I'm just gonna clean that off with a clean cloth just to make sure that there's nothing hidden away on the ridges. This is just a clean cloth without anything on there. Don't use cleaner or anything. Just a cloth, basically. Don't seem to see anything on the cloth either that might give me some alarms. So that's actually a very good sign. The oil is fine, which is very good news because that means that my bearings are fine. My bearings aren't shaving down. Very happy about that. But also that brings us to the next question. If I am hearing a different sound in my engine than what I am used to, and again, it could be something that's in my head, but this bike has never had a valve service or anything like that. So I'm just a little bit afraid that I'm taking too long of a time not doing that and I need to get it sorted quickly. Everyone around me says I should get that sorted quickly. And then again, other people saying like, yeah, but it's a Honda. Yeah, sure, you can check the valves, but there's a very, very good chance that there's nothing wrong with them. And that would be great. And that would be my first and foremost hope. But I still want to get them checked because Honda says you should. Let's get our bag together. First off, we're gonna start by getting the oil drain plug, putting on a new ring. And this right here, we want to do very carefully. Putting it back on, you really want to do that with, I don't know the English word for that, but with a special tool to put it on the right timing. Is that what you say?
Nope.
But in Dutch, it's moment. I have to get the momentsleutel and put it on the right moment. I'm gonna translate that in edits. Okay, so I got a torque wrench here, and on the back here I put it on newtometers, and I found out that the oil drainage plug needs to be tightened at 29 newtometers. And that's really important to check out for your own motorcycle before you tighten it, because if you don't, these cases are really easy to damage, the threading in there. Okay, there we go. There we go. You hear that little click. That should be it. It should be tight enough now. I'm gonna have it checked by Rick, by the way. Just to be sure. A new K&N oil filter, not sponsored or anything. There's a rubber inside, that should be inside, so always check that. And always check if with the taking out the oil filter, the old rubber is also out. We're gonna take the plastic off, we're gonna put a little bit of new oil inside the oil filter, and new oil filter is gonna be installed in the motorcycle.
So we're adding oil to the filter first. Adding some oil to the new filter isn't mandatory. Lubricating your O-ring is important though. Adding oil to the filter will simply ensure no air bubbles in the system. Tightening the oil filter can be done by hand or with your tool. Just make sure you don't over tighten it. Also make sure to use a funnel for adding new oil to your engine, just to not leak everywhere.
A bit brighter in screen. Nice.
I like its butt, but yeah, that's also very important. Make sure your bike is on an even level.
2 liters and about 6.5.
Then we take out the funnel. Don't yank it out, but twist it to not get bits of plastic in your oil pan. Start up the engine and immediately kill it again. Fill up again to the right level, start up again and let idle stationary for a bit to push the oil through the engine. During this you can check for leaks or let your trusty partner do this.
Ja? Hoezo? Did you found my forever lost oordopje? Oh, gross! Oh, dat is al zo lang geleden. Dat denk ik echt al een jaar geleden dat ik die daar kreeg. Gross, okay.
Okay, we figured that out. Gross. But the oil has now been pushed through the engine and has settled, so we can fill her one last time. Needed to get the old oil out of the pan, so we transferred it into an old oil canister. After that, I have labeled the leftover new oil with name and date for future reference. And since the fairings are still off, why not clean a little?
But yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm debating whether I'm going to put the fairings back on or not. And then she's ready. I am exhausted from just this oil change. Reminded once again that I am not a mechanic whatsoever. And this is really going to take a lot of work for me to learn everything. There were so many things that I just didn't know and had to ask and had to look up and whatnot. But I made a start. That's a very big positive. I made a start. I did my first maintenance for the first time. Okay, I did have help, but I did change everything out myself. And I'm pretty proud of that. Next time we're gonna do something different. We're just gonna start slow. Like I said, this was just the first part. So I hope this made any sense and you could learn anything from it. I hope so. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, have a great day, biker fam. Ride safe. Love you. Bye.